Next up at the sixth spot, just outside of the top five, is going to be the worst team from last season, the Kent State Golden Flashes. This was probably the most controversial team from last year. A lot of people thought they should be on it, and they proved us wrong. They proved everybody else right because they were 0-12 last season. The Kent State Golden Flashes are going to be the sixth worst or sixth hardest rebuild in college football 25. 82nd pipeline ranking, which is the best we've seen so far. But once we get down the rest of the list, it's not going to be great. Overall variance is 2.31, which is, again, one of the worst in the conference, or they're one of the worst teams in the conference. And then their school grades. They have an F in program condition and stadium environment, which there's only 2 Fs, but the rest of these are abysmal. C-, D, D+, D-. So you're going to have a long road ahead of you if you're rebuilding the Golden Flashes. Cracking into our top 5 now. And this is going to be an East Coast team, and it's going to be the ODU Monarchs. With the sneaky combination of a really good quarterback and halfback, you'd be kind of surprised with their ranking here. Since we didn't look at personnel rankings, we just looked at our 3 categories. They're going to be one of the worst in the game. Pipeline is the best we've seen so far, 60th out of the country. But even 60th in the game isn't that good. Their Sun Belt overall variance is abysmal, a 5 overall point difference. So you're going to be having a tough game after tough game in the Sun Belt, which is one of the worst conferences in the game. Then you move on to their school grades, an F in program condition, brain exposure, and athletic facilities. Academics, a D-, a stadium environment is D as well. So it's just a bad look all around. And they're going to be our 5th hardest rebuild this year. Moving back to the MAC conference, we have our number 4 spot here, and that's going to be the Ball State Cardinals, the 115th worst pipeline in the game. It's never going to be good for your rankings in this. Their MAC conference overall variance is going to be a 4.31, which is still very, very bad. Not as bad as Kent State, but they're very, very bad. And then their school grades, another similar scenario. They only have 1 F in stadium environment, but they have 5 different D grades, which is abysmal. One of the worst graded in the game, 36 total. Good for tied for 11th in all of college football. So they're top or almost top 10 in 2 categories and top 20 in another. So the Ball State Cardinals are going to be your 4th hardest rebuild in college football 26.